Hi, Jason Knott, editor of CE Pro, and today I am talking about landscape lighting and outdoor audio, and in particular, a new service that's being provided as part of the Coastal Source Design Service that's not only helping integrators close more sales, but enlarge the size of their projects and also helping their technicians with their installations. So with me to dig into this service is Peter Sepsi, Director of Technical Services at Coastal Source. Hey, Peter.
Hey, Jason, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for joining me today. So first, as background, tell us exactly what is the Coastal Source Design Service?
Sure. So the design service is our in-house team of folks who range from landscape architects, lighting designers, and audio engineers that work with our dealer community to create some really powerful presentations. Our design team will do everything kind of soup to nuts to get the dealer everything that they need to help sell that project. So that's all, again, our in-house team.
So how does it work? What does the integrator need to provide to engage with Coastal Source Design Services?
Right. So ideally, what we'd love to have is a nice scale drawing of the property. The reality is we don't get that a lot. There's a lot of great retrofit opportunities for lighting and audio, so you're not going to get that plan. So what we typically work with is we request the address of the property so we can do some, satellite imagery, and we'll actually use that imagery to create our own drawing, actually do it in-house. That way we can place fixtures, amplifier, speakers, whatever is needed on that print. The other thing we look for the dealer is we need that boots on the ground experience. We need kind of a photo log of what's going on the property. So with dealers with all the great phones we carry in our pockets now, it's a very easy way to navigate through the property, take some photos, send it in to us. And then lastly, we really love to get the discovery information about the client. Why are they entertaining outdoor audio or property-wide lighting? So the questions that the dealers ask the clients, we really like to get the answers to those. So that way we can just do a really customized design.
And you have a guide for them on those particular questions they should be asking on the audio and the landscape lighting side, correct?
We do, yes. We have two great guides on both sides of the fence. So maybe we've got a dealer who's a little bit more used to selling audio and lighting is something new. They've realized it's a new channel, it's a new profitable part of the business, but they're really not the experts yet. They're just getting started. So maybe they don't know what questions to ask. So that's why we've got these two resources. It's kind of a checklist. If you say, so when you go out there and you leave that appointment, you really have some good amount of data that you can translate to our design team.
Okay, so an integrator's pulled together those design drawings or blueprints, the photos, the checklist, and he engages with Coastal Source Design Services. What is the typical turnaround time, and is there a cost?
Yeah, great question, Jason. So turnaround time is going to vary based on the season. So in the winter and the fall, we're looking at a 5 to 7 day turnaround time. In peak season, springtime, summertime, everyone's excited to get outside and do projects. That's when it's going to be busier. That's going to be, 14-day turnaround. If we're creating our own base map, that typically adds, another 2 to 3 days to the design. Now, the good thing is we really want every dealer to utilize the design service because it really does help close projects. So we do not charge our certified dealers to utilize that service. It's completely free to them. We do have another group of folks that purchase Coastal product called Coastal Contractors. We do assign a fee structure for that group to utilize the design service, which starts at $250 for a basic design.
Okay, so now a really new exciting element that you have added as part of Coastal Source Design Services recently is this virtual walkthrough. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, thanks, Jason. I'm very excited about the walkthrough. It's an opportunity for the dealer or if the dealer should want to share it, to really meet your designer. So it's the behind the scenes look. It's the director's cut of the movie. It is the designer who worked on that particular project actually walking you or you being the dealer and the client through the project. Why did they choose the fixtures that they chose? What is the desired effect? What will be the impact of the lighting in that space? So to really hear the designer themselves using the language of what the effect is going to be is a really powerful presentation. And again, it's very, very customized. So the client knows this is not a generic design. It's very, very customized.
So describe the format here. The designer is walking them through talking over a video. He is using actual icons and pointing to the particular elements of the project. Give us a sense of what they're looking at and how long those walkthroughs are.
So that is correct. So what we'll do is we'll record a screen share. Now, this will be an audio overview of us working on the actual plan of the client's property. These will range from 2 to 5 minutes. So we want it to be impactful, but we also want it to be short and sweet. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll actually take the dealer or the client on a walkthrough of that property. We'll start at the front gates and actually just walk through the property again with this audio track indicating what we're celebrating, highlighting, where we're doing shadowing, what techniques we're using on the lighting side, or why we place the speakers in this particular area, because we've got a multi-zone experience and there's concern on the neighbors. And so again, we'll walk through from the very front of the property all the way to the back.
So what should an integrator do with that? Do you recommend that they show it directly to the client? Should they absorb it themselves and kind of mimic it back to the client? What's the best practice?
So I've heard great feedback from dealers. It's a mixed bag right now. We're seeing results with both of it. So absolutely, as a dealer, you'd want to absorb that walkthrough on your own, because it also gives a dealer who's, again, let's pick on lighting. So maybe lighting's a little bit new to you. It kind of is a glossary of terms for you as well. We want you to sound like you're the expert. So you can take some of that language and and explain that directly to the client. But also there's another side of the fence to say a lot of clients really see a lot of value when their dealer has a really tight relationship with the manufacturer, and showing them this video that was really a collaborative effort between the dealer and the manufacturer. Really, that's again a really strong effect. So again, we've seen it used both ways, pretty impactful. We've also seen dealers have a lot of value in showing this walkthrough to the actual installers who are going to be installing the project. You know, installers know the property best. To give them the why behind this speaker is placed here or this fixture is placed here, again, it really helps them understand the effect. So not that shortcuts would be taken, but that the right product is installed in the right spot.
You mentioned earlier that seeing the higher close rate. What are some of the other results? Are you seeing larger projects, the integrators being able to actually double the size of the project or greatly increase the size of the project using this virtual walkthrough?
You know what? So the virtual walkthrough is a great upsell technique, because we'll, for the most part, be presented with a budget. And what we'll do is we'll create a walkthrough for something that is a little bit over the budget and more enhanced walkthrough, right? Showing what the opportunities are on the property. So then when we scale back to kind of what the value engineered version is, typically the response is, well, I've heard all of these great things of what my experience is going to be either in this audio zone or how my area is going to be lit. It's hard to kind of walk that back once you've heard that language from the designer on all these really cool effects that it's going to be in this space. So yeah, we've seen that as a very valuable way to upsell those projects, 25, 50%, greater.
So is this automatically done on every project, or is there a certain size project where this is applicable for, or does the integrator need to request the virtual walkthrough?
So this is because we've seen it to be so successful and our dealers have given us really positive feedback on it. We are doing it for every single design, regardless of size. So even if it's a very small lighting project or small audio project, again, we believe that there's value in showing this partnership with us, the manufacturer, meeting your designer, understanding the intent. So to answer your question, we do it on every single project now.
All right, Peter Sepsi of Coastal Source, thanks for enlightening us on this new element that you've added to Coastal Source Design Services. It's really cool, and especially as we're getting into the warmer temperatures here and outdoor business is ramping up, could be a really valuable thing for integrators to use.
Great, thank you much, Jason.